including the money he's added in.
Okay.
To about $115,000.
Thank you to whoever asked that question. Thanks
and
for the additional monetary support. We really appreciate it. And we really appreciate you supporting
over the course of 3 years,
bringing you
returned
these launches.
well over
so I assume you are referring to the cone at the top of the Dragon that actually covers the docking port.
To keep your day job,
so that's hinged and automated.
Not withdraw your money, which is a big mistake I see a lot of traders make.
They just activate the sequence to drive the motors to close it down over the docking port. Now, there's no docking port actually installed on the Dragon since they're not going to the International Space Station.
Dramatically decrease the amount of time it takes
that
to
nose
make
cone
money
hinges open and stays attached to Dragon, exposing the docking port so it can attach to the International Space Station. And then when Dragon is ready to come back, that nose cone,
I know that this video probably wasn't as entertaining as most of the
videos
videos that I put out,
and
charts
protects the
everywhere and
docking
teaching
port
things about
so
technical
that the
analysis
docking
or
port
about
can be
trading
reused
psychology
and
or
is
risk
protected
management.
during
But this is something that I don't
entry.
think is talked about
So
nearly
unlike
enough.
Starliner and Orion, which pop their nose cones off during flight because they're no longer needed, Dragon carries it with it all the way to orbit to docking and re-entry, and it forms part of the thermal protection system on Dragon when it's coming back into the atmosphere as well. So closing that is just a simple matter of activating the sequence to drive the motors
budget my money so I can add
down
to my
over the
account
top of
and
Dragon.
keep myself from withdrawing from my account, as it is about the strategy I'm trading, or
so
about
next
the
one we have
analysis
is,
I'm
does
using,
Dragon
or
have a docking adapter on board? Accidentally just answered that. No, it does not, because it's not needed for this particular mission, but there are ways simulating its weight so that the center of gravity, the mass of the spacecraft, is completely accurate to what it would be with crew on board and financial markets, especially the station. But some of the unneeded things, like it doesn't have a full environmental control and life support system, it doesn't have a docking adapter. The things that just weren't needed for this test because it's not going to space, they just put weight simulators in to make sure everything was properly balanced. But since they didn't build it for this particular capsule, they didn't and saved the money.
Final takeaway for this video: I want you to think about how dramatically different these two returns are.
Were they going to use?
We're talking about a difference between $36,000 and over $200,000 for Trader B.
Dragon is on the
and the only difference that these two traders had was three very simple things. Right?
Friday,
it was Trader B kept his day job.
Countdown
One of the reasons he did that was so
with the exception
he or
of
she
fueling the rocket, they had Bob Bankin and
use
Doug
compound
Hurley,
interest by not having to withdraw money
exactly
to pay his bills,
on launch day.
and
they
also so that he could add to his investment account as often as possible and as much as possible,
including the drive to the pad, getting the crew up and
account
loading them into Dragon so the closeout crew could get practice on how to do that.
Taking
They
these
did
three
not do that
steps
today, however,
in
they
your
opted
trading
to
once
do
you
it
become
a couple days ago.
profitable,
Mike,
no matter what your return is, no matter what your starting balance is, no matter how much you can
So
add
we are going to go ahead
your
and
account each
zoom
month,
back
it doesn't
into the
have to be
pad because we are getting close to T-minus 20 minutes and counting. At which point we will have a rather large vent of the gaseous oxygen coming out of the Falcon 9. This is normal and it's exactly what we want to see for
worry about trying to add to your account. If you're not profitable and you don't have a trading plan, you probably need to go back to square one and start learning how to trade, but I digress, as that's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that like button for me. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. Hope you had a great trading week and I hope you trade great. If you did enjoy this content, be sure to comment below if you want me to do more content like this, talking more about that gap in between, going from someone that's now profitable to someone that can actually trade for a living.
His question is, or his or her question is, can Dragon right itself if it capsized?
I'm going to end this video here.
That's a good question. So Dragon does not have airbags.
Hey traders, hope you're doing great. My name is Steven, in case you're brand new, and today I want to talk to you about something that I hope can fill the gap
Mode 1
in the
splashdown,
Forex
which is where
industry.
they are right side up.
Most Forex videos, including a lot of my own, are trying to help you go from wherever you are
if you
to
can
becoming
see
profitable.
it.
But something almost no videos do is tell you
so
how to
really
fill the gap between when you become profitable and gaining an account size
so
that's
that
big
bodes
enough
really well
for you to
that
actually live off of with your trading. There is a gap here,
visual
something
of the
that I
rocket
experienced at the
as it
beginning
enters
of
the
my
business
trading
end of its
career.
countdown, but
Look at the
everything
screen.
right now
Look at the two
progressing
numbers
absolutely
on the
right on
bottom of the
time.
screen
What you
that
are
are
looking
underlined
at
in
live
red.
in this image
These two
is the
numbers
retracted
were
crew
the
access
return on
arm
investment,
that
the
pulled away
ROI
about
of
42
the
minutes
same
ahead of
exact
launch.
trades, using the same exact risk
After that,
management
the Crew
plan,
Dragon's
and over the
launch
same
escape
exact
system was
period of time.
activated,
But
and
as
we
you know,
proceeded
there's a
down
huge
into the start of
difference
fueling
between
operations at the T-minus 35 minute mark. We're at 19 and a half minutes and counting now. This is our big T-minus 20 minute event from Falcon 9,
and that's what
which
I want to show you
indicates
is how
that
to
everything is progressing absolutely
decrease
perfectly
the amount of time
with fueling.
It takes you to
A
grow
good
your
visual
capital
indicator
to
that
a
everything
point that you
is
can actually
perfect.
live
So
off
we're
of it
about
once you
19 minutes
become
away
profitable.
now
So whether you are a
from the launch
complete beginner
of Crew
or someone
Dragon
that's
and
already a
Falcon 9
profitable
on the in-flight abort test. So Moonman's question was about can Dragon right itself if it should capsize after splashdown? And the answer to that is under certain conditions, it could potentially right itself, but it could also be upside down or on its side. And to this, there are a couple of recovery abort modes. Mode 1 is when the capsule splashes down perfectly, it's on its heat shield, it's right side up, and it's a quote-unquote normal recovery. Mode 2 is if it capsizes, and Dragon, Starliner, and Orion all have this as one of the certified recovery efforts, that it can splash down and the crew would be fine and the recovery forces would get to them very quickly and use inflatable rafts and buoys to right the capsule before the crew is extracted. So while Dragon itself has no airbags to right itself, the recovery crews have all of that inflatable equipment to get around Dragon to right it if it should capsize or come down upside down.
Every month.
Same procedures
even if that's the case, chances are
Orion,
you don't have a large enough account
we're in the capsized mode to recovery.
So the main goal of all three of these tips is going to be to get you to the point of having a large enough account to trade for a living. And the first step in doing so is to keep that day job. You don't want to have to withdraw money from your trading account in order to pay your bills
with that
at the beginning of your trading whenever you don't have enough money to even trade for a living in the first place.
So I'm going to step away just really quick. The stream's going to stay live. I'm just going to step away so I can take a drink and rest my voice for a little bit, and then we will be back in about 5 minutes to and be with you through liftoff. Again, if you are watching our stream, I'm just going to step away from commentary for just a quick minute. Stream will stay live, and if you have just joined us, you do not need to go and to watch another stream or anything. We
do not take money
in
out
our
of your
production
account.
office,
And you'll see why in just a second. We're going to go through the math of how one trader, Trader A, got a $36,000 return, when Trader B got a $200,000 return. One of the biggest reasons is because Trader B did not withdraw the money from his account.
You don't need to go anywhere. We provide you with one-stop shopping here at NASA Spaceflight for all our launch coverage.
Compound interest was named the eighth wonder of the world by Albert Einstein for a reason. The only way to let compound interest take hold and take effect in your account is by not withdrawing money. This is one of the pivotal mistakes that I made at the beginning of my trading career. I constantly thought that I needed to reward myself for doing well. So I might have a really good month where I made like 10% on a $10,000 account, and I would take that $1,000 that I made and go spend it on something that I wanted. I wasn't in the right mindset of growing my account as fast as possible. And once we become profitable traders, our next mission should be to grow our account as fast as possible for us to be able to quit our day job and start trading for a living, which I imagine is your goal. I know that was my goal whenever I first started. So number 2 is definitely do not withdraw your money. What about number 3? This one's going to sound crazy, but add to your account. You want to constantly be adding to your account at the beginning when you first become profitable, because that's just going to help you get to your goal account size much, much faster. So adding to your account is obviously a great way to get there, and obviously a great way to decrease the amount of time it takes to get to that goal number in your account so you can quit your day job and start trading for a living. Now what I want to do is take a look at 2 example traders, one who is making the mistake of quitting his day job, withdrawing his money, and not adding to his account, and the other doing the opposite and taking all of these steps in order to increase his account size as fast as possible. And we're going to take a look at the comparison of the 2 returns. So on the screen, you can see that we have Trader A on the left and Trader B on the right. We're going to assume that they both have the same exact situation. They both have a starting balance of $10,000. They both have a job where they make $4,000. Their expenses are $3,000. We're just using very generalized numbers here. And that means that their extra that they have left over at the end of every month is about $1,000, and their average return is 10% per month. This is the same across the board for Trader A and for Trader B. And the reason I picked most of these numbers is because $50,000 a year is an average income for America. 4K a month is around that price, around that amount, and then 3K a month is average expenses in America. So that leaves most people with an extra about $1,000 at the end of every month if they're budgeting correctly. So with this being the case, let's take a look at Trader A. Year 1, Trader A takes his $10,000 account, turns it to 12K, or gets a 12K return, turning his account into a 22K account. Now, he withdraws every month all of his profits. So after his first year, we're going into year 2. So Trader A quit his day job, which means he's having to use all of his trading money, which means he's having to withdraw all the money, which also means he has no money to add to the trading account. So at the end of the year 1, even though he came out very profitable, making a 12K profit, he now has to restart with $10,000. What do you think happens in year number 2? The same exact thing, right? So then he turns that 10,000 into 22K again, and in year 3, he turns 10,000 into 22K. With this being the case, what was the total return, the total ROI that he got? Well, he made $12,000 for 3 years, meaning that he got about a $36,000 return. He took a starting balance of $10,000 and was able to return $36,000 from that $10,000 initial investment. Now, what about Trader B that takes all 3 of those things we talked about earlier seriously? He keeps his day job. He doesn't withdraw money from his account, and he adds as much as he possibly can to his account every month. Let's look at year 1. Year 1, he makes the same 10% per month. So he goes from 10K to 12K based on the return. But remember, he's putting every bit of his extra money into his trading account so he can grow it as fast as possible. So in year 1, he didn't only return 12K, he also added $12,000 to that account, meaning that overall added to the account spend $24,000. If we then add our $10,000 to that, his account size at the end of his first year is $34,000. So here's where compound interest starts taking place. Now in year 2, he's starting with $34,000. And remember, we're using the same return for both of these traders, and that's going to be 10% a month because math is easy with 10% per month. So at $34,000 account balance, What does that mean? That means that he is now, Trader B, is making $3,400 a month, whereas Trader A was only able to make $1,000 a month because of compound interest. So now let's calculate that. So in year 2, from this $34,000 starting balance, he has returned $40,800, which is called $40K.
So, and just to go over once again what we're going to see here
to that as well. So if we add all of these up, you have $74,000
two different
plus
views for you.
$12,000, which is going to be $86,000. So at the end of year 2,
and when it gets a little bit farther away and harder to see from us here on the ground,
dramatically
we're going to switch our
than Trader A
visual stream over to SpaceX's webcast. So you guys get to see all the super up-close images that they've got from their long-range tracking cameras, and I'll continue to provide the audio of what we're seeing and what
because of compound interest and adding to his account
is
Trader
happening.
B now starts his year
in general,
with
what we will see
$86,000.
is we'll see the ignition and liftoff of the Falcon 9 from 39A. It will rise vertically for about 10 seconds before rolling and pitching
but let's say he decides to keep his day job. His goal was to be over 6 figures in his account
from the Kennedy
before he
Space
quit
Center,
his day job. So
and
here
it
we
will
have
fly its
86K,
normal crew flight trajectory and profile until the 84-second mark in flight.
In year number 3,
right around that point,
and remember,
a programmed onboard command will be sent to shut down the 9 Merlin 1D engines on the base of the Falcon 9,
so that puts him at a
and that
return,
will
including the money he's added in,
failure.
to about
That failure should be detected by Dragon's onboard computers, which will then trigger the Super Draco to fire,
he is
and
now,
the separation,
over the course of 3 years,
and the separation mechanism to separate the trunk from the top of the
just by following these
second
3
stage.
very simple
That will allow
practices,
Dragon to and its trunk to
keep your day
speed
job
away
once you
from the
become
Falcon 9 very quickly.
not withdraw your money, which is a big mistake I see a lot of traders make, and that I made on my own at the beginning of my trading career.
Dragon's Super Draco thrusters will fire for 10 seconds, increasing the velocity of Dragon 2.5 times the speed of sound, and really rapidly pulling it away and pushing it away from the Falcon 9. We do expect the Falcon 9 to break up very quickly due to aerodynamic stress and forces on it.
I know that this video probably wasn't as entertaining as most of the videos that I put out, with charts everywhere and teaching you things
believe it will, but there is a chance that it will
psychology or risk
survive.
management.
There's a small
But
chance
this
that
is
it would
something that I
survive
don't think is talked about nearly
and either
enough.
be destroyed
And that is
on
that gap
another
between
part of
becoming a profitable
the
trader and actually being able to trade
on
for a
another
living.
part of
And I know this is a
the
video I wish I
trajectory,
would have been able
or
to see, or
on
someone
the
would have
real off
made,
chance to survive
for me to understand
intact
that
until it
going
impacts
from
the
a
Atlantic
small
Ocean.
account balance to a larger
But meanwhile,
account balance
while whatever
is going to be
happens to
just
the
as much
booster
about the way that
is
I
going
budget my
on,
money
Dragon
so I
and the
can add
Trunk
to my
will continue
account
to coast
and
up
keep
to
myself
apogee,
from
the highest
withdrawing
point
from
in
my
their
account, as it
suborbital
is
arc,
about the strategy
at
I'm
which
trading,
point the
or
trunk
about the
will
technical
separate,
analysis I'm using,
and
or
Dragon will
about
use its
the
thrusters
way
to
my
flip
ROI
itself
from
around
trading
Heat Shield
alone
first for
is
the
coming
entry
through.
sequence
Now in
of
this example,
the
I use
abort.
10%
Now
as
this
the
isn't
example
a plasma
ROI.
creating entry, this
That's not
isn't a
realistic
super
return,
high
especially for
heat
beginners.
entry level
10% per
condition
month
that it
is a
will
very
experience when
large
it comes
return
back
in financial
from
markets,
orbit.
especially for swing traders.
But the
which is
heat
what I
shield
do.
first
Day traders,
orientation
it
is
may
the
not
correct
be. As a
orientation
day
it
trader, you
needs
can
to
probably
get
make a little bit more,
into.
but as a swing trader,
For
that's a pretty
the
heavy
drogue
return.
parachutes
So
to
I'm not
deploy,
saying that
and then for
10%
the
a month
4
is
main
something
parachutes
realistic.
to
What
deploy.
I'm doing
And
is
those
simple
4 main
math to help
parachutes
myself,
will
so I don't have to use a calculator all the time.
rapidly
So
slow
10%
Dragon down
was used
and
for
bring
that
it to a
reason,
nice
and
gentle
that reason
velocity
only.
for
Final
splashdown
takeaway
into
for
the
this
Atlantic
video,
Ocean.
I want you to think about how
Splashdown is
dramatically
anticipated
different
to
these two
occur about
returns are.
30
We're
to
talking about the difference
35
between
kilometers east of
$36,000
the
and
Kennedy
over
Space Center,
$200,000
about
for
10
Trader B.
minutes after
And the
liftoff
only
from
difference that
Pax
these two
39.
traders had was three very simple
So
things, right?
those are the
It was
big
Trader B kept his day job.
sequences of events
One of
that
the reasons
we,
he did that was so
will
he or
witness
she
today.
could
There is
use
some
compound interest by
over the
not
Kennedy
having to
Space
withdraw
Center,
money to
that
pay his
might
bills,
prevent
and
us
also
here
so that
on
he
the ground at
can
Kennedy
add to
from
his
seeing
investment
everything.
account
And
as
that's why we
often as
say
possible and as much as
don't
possible
fear, you
in
don't
order
have
to
to go
increase the
anywhere
size
else.
of that account dramatically over a short
we
period
will
of
have
time.
complete
Taking
one-stop
these
shopping
three
for you as
steps
space
in your
entry
trading
when we
once you
lose
become
it,
profitable,
or when
no
the
matter
space
what your
entry
return
visual
is,
looks like
no
it's
matter
better than
what your
our
starting balance is,
liftoff.
no matter how much you can add to
So
your
we are
account
right
each
now
month, it doesn't
about
have to be $1,000.
7 minutes
The
away from
formula
liftoff, so the
remains the
next
same,
major event
and no matter what
milestone
your
that we will
situation
have
is, you will
is
get
what's
there
known as
faster
engine
if you
chill
take
down, where
these
they
three steps.
start
It's guaranteed.
slowly draining
Now,
some of that
do not
really
take these
cold,
steps if you're not
dense high
profitable
liquid
yet.
oxygen.
Obviously, keep your day job if you're not profitable, but if you're not
Down
profitable, it's not like you need to
all 9 Merlin
worry about trying to add to your account. If you're not profitable and you don't have a trading plan, you probably need to go back to square one and start learning how to trade, but I digress, as that's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that like button for me. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. Hope you had a great trade. Clarity on market conditions. They can even help us to identify trend, identify areas of value, help us find entry points, and even help us determine where we